Welcome back to Connect with Christina, and I'm doing cartwheels, but you just can't see it because there's no space because my oldest daughter, my baby, Leilani, is here with us today. I have been waiting for this.
I'm so excited to be here. This is so cool.
She's going to do this entire interview with her British accent.
That's a lot of pressure, but all right.
Just kidding. But yeah, I think that's how she got me to say yes to things, is that British accent. If you have me try, I can't do it. And I can't even do my own accent when I try. But Leilani can do all accents,
She
right?
actually can sing, though. My mom's like the best singer, so after this, get a little recording of that.
Allegedly. Okay, so I want to congratulate you. We all do, on the success of 1019.
Thank you.
Like, it's just, as your mom, such an amazing feeling, and your dad and I are just so proud of you, and your sisters, obviously.
Yes.
I have a lot of questions, but I guess want to start with, how scared were you when you left, what you loved and were successful at, did for so many years, and you really got good at it, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna start my own thing? And how scary was that?
It was like a year of just constant ups and downs of, what if I fail? What if this, it's like, it's different when you're under a different company. You don't have that, you don't have that fear, if the drink isn't the best or all of that. Obviously I will always take care of any customer, no matter if it's my business or I'm working for someone else. But it's when it's you and your brand, and I know you know that, it's so because you want everything to be perfect. And it's if somebody has this drink and they're like, this is actually the worst thing I've ever had in my life, then it's just it just hurts even more. So it was really tough to kind of take that first leap, and it was terrifying. I cried a lot because it's just you never know the outcome of anything. But I think, having supportive parents and a supportive partner and the supportive sisters, it was easier to make that leap, because at the end of the day, if I fail, I know how to work hard, and I know how to I'm doing things that I care about with the people I love. And so all I have to do is try my best, because I just got to be myself and put out things that I'm proud of and be intentional with the people around me. And the more I just kept when I talked to you on the phone and you were what if we flip those words? What if I fail, but what if you succeed? And what if it's everything you could have ever wanted or dreamed of? So I feel it's such a cool thing. It's only been 6 months and we're already so proud of what we've created. But definitely if people are listening to this and they're scared to start their journey, you just have to do it, and you should do it 100%. And maybe you 100% and you fail, but at least you tried, because you only have one life to live. And so you should give everything you have, because you don't want to have any regrets.
And now that you just had a half birthday for 1019, now you could see the other aspect of, what if it actually works?
Yeah.
What if it's successful, and that's what you're experiencing right now.
Right. And so it's super surreal, because obviously having people wear 1019, or having people be so excited to show up every day, or wait in a long line, or reach out to me and tell me stories, or about why even 1019, those numbers mean something to them. It's really such a small world, and we're all the same at the end of the day, and we all just want to be loved, seen, and heard. So I don't think it will ever feel real. That's just the person I am. I can't believe that, people people are great and amazing, but I'm wait, you really love 1019? It's just it's just crazy. I'm people wearing our merch, or just they care about Ty and I, they care about when we go on vacation, or what we're doing. And it's it's just so we're so lucky and so blessed that I know that I care about them so much, but then having that reciprocated.
Yeah. I feel
so
cool.
Cool.
In such a short amount of time, you created a community, and a community that helps each other out. right? But before I get into the nitty gritty of 1019, I want to celebrate what just happened this weekend with your, I mean, are we calling that like a farmer's market? Like what did you do? Because it was trending all day. It was amazing. Everyone was excited and the vibe, it was like jumping through the phone at everyone. So what was this weekend about?
It was just like a little like community pop up, just a really big like appreciation to like everyone, like the owners of the taqueria factory, like
Gama,
just
we love
like
you.
the fact that they're so welcoming and letting us be in their space, like, and letting like our crazy ideas kind of flow of like what we want to do, and getting to even bring on my baby sister and what she's doing, and like kind of just a little, it was just like a couple vendors that we had like connected with and wanted to like make a part of like our like half birthday celebration. So I think I know something that I learned from you is like, you have to celebrate every moment, because like tomorrow, oh God, sorry, tomorrow like isn't guaranteed. So that goes on with the whole 1019 and like our brand. I'm sure you're going to ask me that, but
yes, we're getting there.
Yeah.
I love you.
But it means so much, because like you should celebrate every moment of life, because you don't like know what tomorrow brings. And I know that's something like you're super big on. No, I'm good. I already know I was gonna cry. I'll see grandma on the wall. So like, but it's okay. I want like, I'm always gonna be vulnerable. You can ask any person ever if I have a deep conversation about 1019, or if I'm in a job interview, because I care, I will always cry. Like genuinely.
Just a second, guys. October is really hard for our family because this is the month that we lost my mom, their grandma. And it's just, it's a tough month. And we know she's around and every day we try to make her proud. But, I was just on the phone with my daughter and she's, losing her mind because, and I think like that profound love we're lucky because the hurt is that bad and profound because the love was also that bad and profound. And like, I guess I was talking to Tita Chikoy today and like we were just remembering how much, oh gosh, the grandkids can do no wrong.
Yeah.
And anyway. So that, with that farmer's market though, I was like, I knew there was a butterfly like everywhere. And I'm like, okay, grandma's there. And then obviously like in the little things that you kind of curated were the flash tattoo and like it was just all the little things, but it was something grandma definitely would have been so proud of. To like, she would have gone to every vendor. So
life of the party. I think like that's why, I wanted to wait a second to get to even be here with you, because I wanted to see what I could do first, and like then it's so that's why it's so cool to be here. But like with like 1019, like the whole thing is like, when somebody sees that time or like they see those numbers or it pops into their head, like I want them to take a second and be in the present moment and like call your parents, call your kids, like call the love of your life, like call your friends. Like there's no reason like to like fight or like argue, like when at the end of the day, like we're always gonna be like together. And I think like this is like all great and super cool, but like, when we get so immersed in like work or like doing different things, like we forget like why are we even doing this in the first place? We're doing this to like connect people and like to be with our family, and so her Ty and I to get to do this like on our own, like when we have those hard days, or maybe I've like spent all week working, and then I'm like, okay, let me stop because, did I hang out with my mom or my dad this week? Did I call them? Did I, talk to my sisters? Like I'm back home, like for a reason. I think like what's so cool about 1019 is that it is a constant reminder to like stop and like be intentional. And that's why like I have a little sign that says like cherish time. And like, it's very like, because I don't, if I could help somebody like not have the regret that I do as far as like, losing grandma and wishing that I had spent more time with her. Like if
you were in college.
Yeah, but like if I could stop that, like stop someone being like, hey, like life is busy, but I hope that when you see 1019, you don't have to learn the same lesson that I had to, that I wish that I had more time. Like with like my grandma, not that like, we can make up a million excuses, but the reality is like, you should always like put what's most important to you, like at the front of your mind, and really like be intentional, especially like, with social media and stuff like that. It's like so quick to just like get immersed into other things. But I think if you could just take a second and take a deep breath and like be with the people that you love and like appreciate like time and like what we have is like all I could ever want, like for people to do, you know?
Yeah. You know, before you walked in there, we were just talking about how like it was obviously hard to lose grandma, right? But it was also like hard, even harder to see your own little girls like bawling for your mom or their grandma. Like it's just like you know. And I think across the board we've tried every day to honor her memory and like let her feistiness live through us and her kindness live through us and like make her proud. And I swear she's like around, you know? And she's just so proud of you guys. She's so proud of you, her first baby, grandbaby. But for those people who, there's a lot of people who already follow you, like your page just went off. So I know a lot of people know the concept of 1019, what it means, but I think it'll be special if you actually talked about it and shared it to those who don't know what 1019 actually stands for. Because obviously, if you just look at it, it's so cool.
Right. Yeah. Well, so I'll let you take the actual lore of the numbers because you and Dad are the ones that have like the lore of like 10 and 19. But for me, as a little girl, all I knew was that we got so excited when we saw those numbers together. Like we were just so pumped, like all the time. We'd be like 1019, or like that's crazy, it's 1019. Like those are like mom and dad's like numbers, like that's their sign, like that's like, you know. So I didn't even really know. I guess like I never had question like why did you pick that number? Because I just was like it makes them so happy and they get so excited when they see it. And so it was like when I was like going through a hard time or when I was like, you know, lots of things like college or like moving to a different state, going through so many different things, I would see that time like pop up. And so that's like for me, like it became like I would always make a wish. Like I saw 1019 and I'll be like, you know, like it would just be like, I make the same wish every time.
Now people are doing that, which is so cool.
Which is crazy. Yeah. But I feel like, so it just was like when I came to like naming, like we wanted to name like, you know, a future cafe or like our business, like the coffee trailer. It was just like, you know, it was like Laguna coffee. I was like, this. And then it's like, as soon as I wrote down like 1019 coffee, it was like, that was just like it for me. Like, I just like, because I'm like, it's like everything I could ever want. It's just like, I can give you a drink all day. Like I can just give you, here's a mocha, but like it's so, for me and like for so many, it's like so much more than that. Like you have the opportunity to like make an impact. Like so many times in my career, like have I talked to people that were struggling and I like, you know, got to be a part of that or like be like, hey, like I got an A on my test or like, hey, I'm like, you know, I lost like my mom or like, hey, like, and these 30-second minute interactions, like, they're to me like have been like the most like life-changing thing. And so then like to get to do that like on my own, it's been so like impactful because it's not always that deep. Like it's just like, here's your coffee. But when it is, like you're so grateful that you got to be somebody that made somebody feel important. Like the world is so beautiful, but it can also be cruel in moments. And if I, in this little trailer through a little window, can like make you feel like important because you are, and like make like this 30-second minute interaction like matter and like be a brightness to your day, like that's what it's about. Like we're not perfect. We have like, you know, it's like we have things that we need to grow in and we're always gonna like grow. Even when we're doing this and we're 50, there's still gonna be more to learn about coffee and more to learn about everything. But the heart like will always be about people and just like being that little bright light and like loving them.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, my favorite story to tell whenever I would tell people about you is that you didn't just serve coffee. You served kindness, love, you know, good energy that you shared. And I remember like when you would tell me that you had the ability when it's the right moment to, you know, give someone a free drink, you know, or our conversation of like, yeah, like it's a stranger who for some reason you felt like, you know, telling her earrings or her eyes were pretty, like kept them from the edge, you know? So as your mom, I do know how deep the meaning is for you. And that's why I'm so proud, right? Because through coffee, you get to make an impact with people. And then as you grow, that impact will grow with you. But for the 1019, those who have followed our family, like you guys know that the kids have the most amazing dad. And we make the joke that when we were married, we were the best couple. And then when we got divorced, even though you can imagine how painful and hard that was, we're still the best divorced couple, and we always put our kids first. And there's never been a year we didn't celebrate your dad for his birthday or Father's Day or Christmas. Like there's not a single time that didn't happen. And obviously and luckily for me, Kevin supports all that. And I think he even admires it,
Right.
And so the 1019 part is, so number 10 is her dad's number and 19 is my number. So when we were together, it literally followed us. The clock, the time on the oven, the door or the number of the hotel, your booking reservation, like phone numbers, it is constant. And so that's why, it just, the two combo numbers we always celebrated. And you're right, you never really knew why, but we could be in the car and it's like, 1019.
Yeah.
And then now there's random things where we're messaging important things at 1019. And then we're just like, you just can't make this up.
Right.
So now it became this thing where it's like, okay, there's 1111, all the beautiful numbers, but I have seen where people are now like, oh, 1019, like make a wish, and I'm like, that's my daughter, So yeah, it's really cool. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm so proud of you. This is so cool.
Proud of you.
This is so cool. So.
So what's the future hold, or what does the future hold for you right now after just 6 months?
I feel like, our dream is to have a cafe. We would really love to have an opportunity to do that in Chandler. And that's just because, we got our house there and we've been really loving and appreciating just the community that we've built. And so we'd love to stay in the area that we're at just because it's very special, even at the Chandler farmers markets and things like that.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. Love them. They're awesome. But as for the day to day, we Ty and I just grow and learn all the time. I think it's from the first fiasco of it was an amazing, the first ever bear drop. It was amazing how it was, the line was wrapped, but we did not execute that. And that beat me up so bad because it was not the best we could have done. The wait times were way too long. It was just we had never seen that volume for us before. And so we went through a lot of growing pains. And so it was hard to celebrate that because I just felt in that moment, I had failed because I didn't make everyone happy because obviously, they may love me, but it's an hour for a drink. We got to get it together, Cause it's our whole thing is yes, we want to spend time, but we also got to take care of your time. And we need to get you going to what you need to do with your day. So I feel just even the growth from that to the one we just did, was so cool to see that in just 3 more months after that, we've grown and we made it faster. We learned, at the time we were we didn't even know we could cut the menu. We were what if people are sad? They should have everything, and now we're okay, no, when you're doing busy things, make sure to limit it so you can protect the quality and protect all of this. And so I feel we're just constantly growing and learning in that. And we love creating new flavors. Of course, that's always fun. Ty's a little chef and he's so good at doing all that. I'm the taste tester because Ty's the one that cooks and does all of that. So it's just cool to see him.
And I want to shout out Ty just because he's such a nice guy that you could ask for your daughter to love, protect you. But I know the things he's also done to sacrifice, whether it's moving twice, he ran a successful Airbnb in Vegas, just worked hard. Mm-hmm. And then also home was wherever Leilani was. And I just think as a parent, there's nothing more you can want than that.
Yeah.
So shout out Ty.
Yeah.
Before we end, and I know our time is up, but I can't not do this, is I want you to give the 16-year-old Leilani a little message and the 36-year-old Leilani, because you're 26 right now.
At 16, I think from like 16 to like honestly like probably like 23 or even right now 26, you're just like you don't. It's like the B movie where you're like, oh, I have to pick this one job and do that for the rest of my life.
One job forever? That's an insane choice to have to make.
Well, I'm relieved. Now we only have to make one decision in life.
Like, that's just terrifying. Like, what if I pick wrong? What if, like, but I'm good at this and I want to do this? Like, what if, and so I would always, like, kind of not be fully 100% in things because I was like, I used to always say, like, it wasn't until, like, I found my coffee job and I just went 100% in that I didn't know, like, my true potential because I would always constantly switch. I wouldn't, like, with basketball, like, I'd be like, oh, let me do this. But then I also have this. So then I'm not going to go 100% in this. And it was like a constant. So I feel like for 16-year-old me, like, I mean, I don't ever regret like anything that I've ever done, but I just would want her to know that, she has value, even when she's not taking care of people. Your value and your worth doesn't come from like what you do for others. And that like, it's okay to not be happy. I think that at a younger age, I felt like for some reason immense pressure as the oldest to be constantly like happy and energetic and like bring that. And I think in my college years, I had to learn that like, hey, you don't always have to be everyone's therapist. You don't have to always like help people. Like it's okay to like choose yourself and like take care of yourself, which is something that I'm like still learning.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm still learning that. But like just that you have value in just like being you and that it's okay to kind of take a step back and not have to be that 100% like happy person every day. So which is like, obviously we want to be happy, but sometimes you're not feeling it. That's okay. And you deserve to feel your feelings. And that, once you go all in, a little 16-year-old you, like you will do great. And you just got to like believe in yourself and like trust yourself. As for a 36-year-old me, I'm still like on that like journey of like, fully feeling like, I guess, enough. Cause like I am my own hype man, but in some moments, like I know even for like a lot of people, you're also like your worst enemy sometimes. Cause you like those, doubting thoughts of like all the what if you fail and like all those things. And so, I don't think anyone will ever be like perfect at it. And I hope in 10 years I'm like better at it. I hope, because at 30, I would like to start my family. So I hope that when the little like us comes around, like I'm able to give a better knowledge and like, be the best like mom that I can be and be the best like partner and like the best like friend that I can be. But I hope that, when maybe at that age, maybe I have like 3 locations. I don't know. Yep. But that'd be super cool. And so I hope that I'm still, or like, I guess it's a message to myself. So you better be still taking care of yourself and, hanging out with your family. Cause that's number one, no matter for anything else, like just spending time with like your kids, your family, and still not forgetting the heart of like why we started this in the first place. So I'm sure like 10 years later, maybe I'm going to need like a reminder of that. So don't forget that we love people and we are always going to see the good in people and just be that listening ear and the hype man. So, hype woman.
Now, remind people how to get a hold of 1019. Thank you for sharing your day with me.
Yeah, I hope to be back.
Now you can look at the camera and tell people how to find you.
Hey guys, it's Leilani Laguna from 1019 Coffee. How to find us? Glad you asked. So we have an Instagram, a Facebook, a TikTok, but we pin our schedule to our Instagram and Facebook. We also have a website. It's, if you put in the URL, 1019.coffee, and then you click, Tenny is our mascot. That's a little clock guy. And if you click him, there's like a calendar, and then you can see it there. But the easiest is if you have Instagram. It's just pinned there weekly. We are outside the Taqueria Factory, like unless we have other events, which sometimes we do, which is why please look at the schedule because I get sad when you come and I'm not there. And I feel so bad. So please look at the schedule.
And Saturdays?
Yeah, and Saturdays we're at the downtown Chandler Farmers Market. It's the fall schedule, so it's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But yeah, I can't wait to see you and make you a yummy drink and yap a little and get you going for your day.
And how about our merch? How do you find the merch?
So cool. Shout out Dilly Dally. She's an amazing artist. She took everything in my brain and made it such a beautiful art. So thank you for that. She deserves the world. So that was a collab with her. So I needed to shout her out because she's amazing. But it's on our website, 1019.coffee, and you just hit shop and then.
I know Justin wants one back there.
Yeah.
I want the sweaters.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Sweaters are coming soon. But yeah, thank you for supporting us. And as always, thank you for spending time with us. And I love you so much. Thank you.
There you go. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you.